To answer your question, yes, we are two adult women. And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him.
We're crazy.
Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under beeps. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We love Justin Bieber, and let us be clear, we're not being ironic at all.
Hosted by Corinne Fisher and Rosebud Baker.
We're in my dining room. Justin Bieber obviously is here. Fight Club characters are here, and
the Two Less Lonely Girls sign
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah.
So we've set up a studio for you guys.
Yeah, and I realized that, yes, I did go to film school, and I know this is too much headroom, but Justin Bieber needs all the headroom. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
He's framed perfectly.
It's for him.
Yeah, we're just extras in the life of Justin Bieber.
Also, my face is the color of the sign.
I love it.
I need to like.
You look like you're like this is like your big break, and you're having a little bit of a panic attack.
I kind of am.
Yeah?
I kind of am. Also, I get nervous about anything going online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the podcast has been online the whole time.
Right. That's different. That's just voice.
I hate to break it to you.
That's just voice.
Yeah.
Okay. And listen, I'm fine with people knowing I'm insane through a podcast, but when they see it,
yeah,
live,
yeah,
and in person, I'm a little uncomfortable.
Oh, I mean, Alfred's now digging in his crate. Alfred, come here.
But welcome back to Two Less Lonely Girls, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Rosebud Baker.
I'm Corinne Fisher. You can follow us as you see on the screen or if you're listening, you can't see it, and suck it. On social media, I'm at Philanthropy Gal.
And I'm at Rosebud Baker. Quick announcement to those people who ordered pins.
Oh no.
I still haven't sent all of them out.
What if they wanted them for holiday gifts?
I have like 5 more left. I'm really sorry. I had to move this week.
Yeah. Rosebud was going through a lot.
I was going through a lot, but things are finally settling down. I was also in Mexico, and so,
I would have left that part out.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was so stressful going to Mexico. Very stressful.
She was on a
trip.
very stressful Mexican vacation.
Honestly, very, very stressful. And the beach is a horrible place. And no, it was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Your boobs look stressed out.
Oh, my boobs were really tense.
I tuned in for all the tit footage, and I was not let down. It was great.
Thank you so much.
I love looking at boobs. I don't have my own.
I tried to get my sisters to take as many thirst trap photos of me as possible, and they just weren't cooperating.
Really?
Like, I got maybe 2 that I was happy with, and the rest of them, they were just like, I'm not doing this. And it was like, I have one of me. I asked Jackie to take a photo of me, and I'm literally slouched on the beach, like I'm shitting on the beach.
Jackie.
About to get up, and she's like, here, I took a photo, and she threw it at me.
Jesus.
I'm slouched like Gollum on the beach, like, and she's like, there's your thirst trap.
Well, you have a very fit family, so I guess everyone has to compete.
She's a real cunt. Anyway, how was your New Year's?
It was good. I had low expectations, and they were met.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. How was yours and Tommy's party?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were in Mexico during that one?
I left for Mexico that day.
That was great. That was insane. Sorry.
I tuned into all the Instagram footage, and I was like, I'm missing out.
Yeah, it was the party I hoped for. Although, I have a friend who went to Marilyn Manson's birthday party yesterday, and then it made my party pale in comparison, because he had it, like, at Alcatraz.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. You're never going to compete with Marilyn.
I know. I was like, that's so fucking goth. I can't even handle it.
Yeah. I don't think Marilyn would set up a ring light in his apartment like we are. And
he might. He's not. I don't think he's as, like, he is not as, it's a curated badassery, you know? Oh,
it's going to fall.
It's about to fall. It's about to fall.
The sign's about to fall.
I don't want it.
We have to use painter's tape. If it falls, it falls.
Sorry, guys. I live in a co-op. There's a lot of rules.
All right, there's a lot to cover this week.
There is.
Obviously, top of the list is the news with, and this is just based off of the amount of DMs I got about it.
Right.
Was Justin Bieber commenting on Jojo Siwa's
new car.
Yeah. For Instagram, right?
It was an Instagram picture of this new car that she got, which was horrendous.
Hideous.
I mean, one of the worst cars I've ever seen. I would rather take a trolley, walk.
It was so ugly.
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber commented, burn it. which was appropriate.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, honestly.
Pretty much what we were all thinking.
Yeah.
So, and then she commented back, or her mom commented back.
Oh God. Well, because I'm sure her mom is the one who got her Jojo. Okay, so if you haven't seen the cart, you have to absolutely Google it. We can maybe put a picture in here. I'm gonna have to do that, so maybe I should stop saying things like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm giving myself more tasks, but it's a white car. I don't know anything about cars, but it's like a sportsy type car, and it's white, but the whole thing is spray painted with a multicolor thing.
It's a Lisa Frank wet dream.
Yeah, and then she has Jojo Siwa's face on the hood
of her car.
Of the car. I mean, if she takes that off her own property, it's gonna get vandalized pretty much immediately. Yeah.
Immediately. You got your own face on that shit. Expect a dick to be drawn.
Yeah. Yeah, because first of all, no one who's of driving age should be having a side ponytail anymore.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm like, this is so infantilizing watching this girl. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, she's 15 years old. I didn't even know who she was. She's from Dance Moms originally. And I love that show, but I guess I just didn't watch the season that she was on. And I just kept seeing her on the internet. And she's like a person who spooks me. You know how we had that reptile conspiracy theory episode?
Yeah.
I think if there's anyone who's an actual reptile person, it's Jojo Siwa.
Right, her and me.
You think you're
I might have a little bit of lizard blood in my veins.
There you have it. Well, the reptiles do seem to have very good skin. Jojo's skin is immaculate.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, maybe there's a connection. But I actually don't want to be associated with her.
Good. You're both very white.
We're both very white, absolutely. But she's like, I haven't watched a single video of hers. I can't bring myself to give a shit about these like YouTube stars.
She feels like someone who didn't get on Barney and just keeps doing the audition over and over again in life.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
It's spooky.
And I feel like she is the product of a dance mom.
Oh yeah.
Like 100%.
I have to Google her parents because whoever they are,
they're terrifying.
It's not going okay.
Right. Like, Justin is obviously a superstar. I never got the idea from Patty that she was a stage mom.
She keeps him really grounded. Like, she'll publicly berate him sometimes. Like, in a nice, kind, godly way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the period when they weren't speaking, she was pretty open about that she was like, I'm just going to give him time to cool off because his behavior right now is not great.
Right.
And I like that.
I like that, too. God, it's so hard to detach with love. It really is. Good for you, Patty.
Good for you, Patty.
Did I mention that Patty messaged me again?
Wait, again when?
I think it was like before Christmas. I do have the DMs here. Hold on.
This is exciting. Out of nowhere, or did she respond to one of your many, many messages?
She responded to one of my many messages.
Had you kept messaging her, or had you like let it sit for a second? You're getting red again.
I kept messaging. Okay, hi Patty, hope you're well, sending love, randomly. This was in September.
Oh my god, and she's using like the hand emoji. Sending love. That really lets you know you're crazy.
Then she wrote, hey, sending love back. I don't check my DMs on here very often, as you can see, LOL. Hope you're awesome. I love it when, this was in response to a question that I had randomly asked her. I was like, do you like it when fans, because I noticed that fans will often tweet at Patty like, hey mom, you know? So I was like, I noticed a lot of fans reach out to you and calling you mom, and I was wondering if that ever weirds you out or if you find it cute. Have you ever been victim to any of Justin's fans or your own fans crossing boundaries you weren't comfortable with? No pressure to answer, of course. Just gonna keep messaging you for the rest of my life.
So you're asking about boundary crossing as you're clearly crossing
boundaries.
I love it.
She goes, I love it when fans call me mom. The world today seems to me a fatherless and even motherless generation who just need someone to love them and tell them how awesome they are and help point them in the right direction. I think we need a lot of moms and dads. It takes a village. Okay, real quick. Yes, I do think it takes a village to raise a child. However, most of Justin's fans are adults, and
are they? Or is that just
we're adults now?
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like this is a niche group, though.
Like, okay, so we're obviously adults, but like, I'm saying the people that grew up with Justin that were like little.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
like youngest person still is an adult now.
Still is an adult, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, they don't need a mom. But I'm like, okay, if you're cool with it, that's cool. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would I be cool with it? No.
It's just a thing right now, though, to call people mom and dad. Like, sometimes people
That means
they'll
they're
call
like-
me mom.
It's like when, like, what's her name? Paris Hilton was like, oh yeah, if they call you mom, that means they like worship.
Yeah,
you.
it's just like it's like kind of like instead of saying like I stand for you,
Right.
you just say mom and dad.
Right. That's weird to me. I'm not okay with that trend. You have your own mom. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
It's also like if everyone's saying it, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Right? It's like the word awesome.
Yeah. Well, that was one of my New Year's resolutions, to stop saying awesome so much, because there are other words to say. What they are, I haven't found yet. I've tried phenomenal, excellent. Those are a little overused, but it's better than awesome.
Yeah, phenomenal is great because it sounds like a stage review.
Phenomenal.
You know?
Yeah,
It should have 5 stars underneath it if it says phenomenal.
I just generally like words that make the F sound but have a PH as well.
Okay, why? Out of curiosity.
It's unexpected.
Just does something for you?
Mm-hmm. A little extra.
Tickles your balls?
Yeah, it's like I like things that are more difficult than they need to be. That's where I think I like that.
That's fucking true.
Yeah.
That's this career. Anyway, what else? What else happened this week?
Celine Dion at the Lady Gaga
Yes!
concert. We just watched the footage again. Well,
Yeah.
or Rosebud for the first time.
I watched it for the first time. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
She is like a deck chair blowing in the wind.
It's very funny because I hadn't thought of Celine Dion in quite some time, and I have seen her Vegas show, and it's so hard to believe. I saw it for my 21st birthday. I am now 33 years old. She's still doing the Vegas show.
Really?
The Vegas show never stops, Rosebud. It never stops.
I feel like there's something about Vegas to me that I know that they're making shitloads of money. Like I know that Gaga made 75 million she's walking away with.
She's 75 million, so she's doing
Jesus.
she's doing less than 75 shows, because they said she's making over $1 million per show, or maybe they said almost $1 million. So like she's doing around 75 shows, I guess.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because especially, I don't know, there's something about Vegas that feels like a soulless place. Like it kind of feels like purgatory a little bit.
I totally agree. But I will say the only thing I like about Vegas is the shows and the buffets. The shows are really spectacular.
Wait, did you just say the shows and the buffets?
Yeah, yeah. Those are if you go to Vegas, those are the two things you should do. It's worth it to take a flight to Vegas to go to the buffet. There's no joke here.
Corinne, that's why it's so funny.
I couldn't be more serious.
Do you understand that's why it's hilarious?
I couldn't be more serious.
I know, you said it without even cracking a smile.
No, yeah.
You were like, the show's top notch. The buffets, though,
I mean,
that's worth a flight.
They're life-changing buffets. The only thing that even holds a candle to it is the Borgata in Atlantic City if you're on the East Coast. And here's a hot tip from my grandparents. Get there right at the end of lunch, then you pay the lunch price, but then they'll put the dinner food out. You're welcome. Rosebud and I had very different upbringings.
Wow. All right.
And also, when you go to the dessert stand, they're going to have the small plates there, but no one's telling you can't take one of the dinner plates and bring it over to the dessert stand.
Okay, that's a Jew tip from Corinne Fisher.
Those are my Christian grandparents.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. The Jews are dead.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at that. It's a defense.
No, I mean, it's fine. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, Celine Dion was dancing at the Gaga concert. Was she just like a guest? Why was she there?
Well, I mean, she's in Vegas. I'm sure you know how celebrities go to other people's concerts, and she lives in Vegas anyway. So I think she was just
a fan.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, I want to just hang out. Celine Dion has been pretty supportive. I know her and Kathy Griffin, because Kathy Griffin has a kind of a legendary, in my opinion, bit about going to see the Celine Dion Vegas concert for the first time. And which is what made me want to see the Celine Dion concert, and it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah. In what? Like how? Was it like...
Oh, but how ridiculous it was going to be.
Okay, so ridiculous in terms of like lights and costumes, or was it like just like the energy of the performance?
It's really Celine. So I mean, my favorite parts, like Kathy Griffin describes it as, you know, Celine's show is sold out every night, has been for like a decade.
Yeah.
And she comes out every night and acts surprised, like people that she can't believe people showed up. And she comes out, and it was great because then I'm sitting there like waiting for it, and I'm like hoping Celine doesn't undersell. And just like clockwork, she comes out and she goes, oh my God, you all came to see me. And it was like, I couldn't stop laughing. And then then Kathy describes a time when a cloud just floats by with like a clown on it. And I thought she was making that up, but then a cloud floated by with a clown on it. And I was like, this is so fantastic.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and like the shows change in Vegas. So the show that I saw is not the show. I mean, if I performed the same exact show for over a decade, I would kill myself.
Right. Yeah.
So the shows do change, the costumes change. I have no idea what she's doing now, but I know that it's phenomenal.
It has to. I mean, it has to change, otherwise it gets stale.
Mm-hmm. Like and then you can see it, like, because a lot of people go to Vegas once every couple years.
Right.
I mean, I don't know who those people are. Not me, but
not me. I've never been.
I know one sane person who goes to Vegas a lot.
Who?
It's my best friend's boyfriend, but that's the only person I know. Who
to gamble or what?
Yeah, just like loves it.
It'd be so funny if you were like, for the buffets.
Oh God, I wish. I'm sure he goes. But yeah, I've been to Vegas a couple times. Last time I was there, I actually went to downtown Vegas, which is, I highly recommend going there. It's much better. It's kind of like a Austin, Texas feel.
I feel like Vegas itself is like, it's not compatible with me as a person.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great for a sober person.
I feel like I would walk in and just be like, ugh. Like, even if I was drinking though, I feel like I would just be like, no.
I would actually recommend it for someone who's like on the cusp of wanting to get sober, because I think it will influence you to get sober, because it's just so messy.
That's what it is about it. There's something about it that's like, you know when you're a kid and you're watching adults get fucked up and you're like, I don't know why, you're like, they seem to be having fun, but it seems to be for a fucked up reason. Like, you can just feel it.
Yeah, and they revert to childlike behavior, and then you like lose respect for them.
Right.
That's
even as a kid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, that's how I feel about Vegas. Like, I'm like, I know you're all here having fun, but it feels like you're here for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely. And another thing is, there are people coming from places where their party scene isn't amazing. So every time I came, I was already living in New York City, and it was a real letdown, because like no club experience you're gonna have. Like, yeah, I mean, in Atlantic City, I hung out with like the new kids on the block, but like it was not when they were in their prime.
Dude, that's even better though.
It's like, I mean, it's sadder. One of them, I can't remember which one, not one of the popular ones, but was like following around my best friend Paula, like all night.
In terms of a story, though, I would much rather hang out with a celebrity that's like done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Rather than a celebrity that's like, I don't know. I feel like there's good. Both are good stories, but I feel like a story with a celebrity that's like, where are they now? You're like, I can tell you.
They're in this Chili's.
Yeah, they're in this Chili's, and this is what they're wearing. And yes, they are wearing cargo shorts. And it's sad.
Unless it's Guy Fieri, then it's him in his prime.
Yeah, if it's Guy Fieri, it's him in his prime.
I love him. I would love to hang out with him.
I have no opinion on Guy Fieri here nor there.
I've been watching a lot of Food Networks.
I've never watched a cooking show in my life.
Oh.
I don't understand
I love them.
why people want to watch that shit. What is interesting about watching somebody cut some shit up and then cook it?
Well, I mean, I'm interested in cooking, so you learn techniques, and it's like, I prefer to watch someone do it than read a book about it.
Okay, well, you just totally explained it to me in a very logical way.
I also love food in a way that I don't think most people do.
I mean, I definitely love food. Mm-hmm. Love it. But I just don't, when I watch it, I'm like, it's nice when it's like artistic, but I don't, like I was trying to watch that movie with, Bradley Cooper, Burnt, on Netflix. It's when, I don't know how well the movie did. I don't think it did very well.
I've never even heard of it,
Yeah, it was like he was playing this alcoholic chef that had a breakdown and then came back from, he was like the biggest chef in the world. And I started to put things together, and I was like, Bradley Cooper has a real thing for people who are going through a mental breakdown. Mm-hmm. You know?
I mean, he must be going through one.
He seems perfectly normal to me, is the thing.
Can't trust those people.
Right. But what if you can? Like, what if there is such a thing as like a just regular guy who like kind of fetishizes that behavior.
Okay, that's when I was like, maybe his life is so regular that he yearns for drama. I feel like that's why my 20s were very fucked up, because I came from such a stable household, and then I met all these people who had trauma, and I was like, I gotta get some of that.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna make sure I log some trauma hours and make myself a fucking artist.
I was behind. It's like when you get to a party late and everyone's already drunk, and then you're just like, I guess it's shots from here on out.
Yeah,
because you need to catch up, because otherwise it's uncomfortable to be around.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like when you meet a 30-year-old person who just started smoking weed.
Oh God.
You're like, ugh.
Yeah, at a certain point, if you haven't done it,
nobody cares.
Yeah, just don't do it anymore.
Stop talking about it.
Don't do it anymore.
But we were talking about Celine Dion. Jesus Christ. So she is like dancing in this concert in a way that it's like watching your mom at a wedding. You know what I mean? Like your mom getting loose.
Yeah.
She has like single mom energy.
She does. Oh, I mean, she is a single mom now, but I mean, her husband didn't leave her, he just died. I don't know, I got really sad when Rene died.
I mean, I don't know how you said his name. I didn't know.
Rene Angel. I think he'll. I
remember they had
never
elephants at their wedding. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, he had to distract from the fact that she was like just turned 18 or however the fuck old she was.
Oh yeah, she was tiny.
But the thing is, because they met, it's so weird because there's so many circumstances like this, and people have talked about it, but no one's ever. I mean, he's dead now again, but like no one's ever. I don't think I ever accused him too hard of anything, but she was like 12 years old because they met in the studio.
Oh my God. So wait, what was he? What did he do? He was
like a producer or something.
Okay.
It was kind of like a Tommy Mottola, Mariah Carey situation, but only larger age gap.
Interesting. Huh. You know, that does bring me to a new topic, which is the R. Kelly documentary.
Okay, yes.
Which
neither of us watched.
Neither of us have watched it. If you did watch it, hats off to you.
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm going to watch it. Are you going to watch it?
It depends on if I can figure out how to like download it or in some way, because I only have an Apple TV. I don't have cable.
Oh wait, what? It's not on Netflix? It's on HBO or something?
I thought it was on BET.
Oh fuck. Okay, well I do have that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to watch it. I just like, I don't know. It does seem like a bummer to watch, and I did see one clip from it that was, I mean, everything aside, was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, what happened?
It was like this. It was this interviewer, and it trended on Twitter. It was this interviewer being like, "Do you like teenage girls?"
Okay,
and he goes, "Well, when you say teenage, like what age are we talking?"
Oh.
And the interviewer goes, like that blinky face, like the white guy blinky face,
right.
You know, that gif. And then he goes, teenage girls.
But I mean, it could be 18
what age
or
are
19.
we talking? And then he goes, well, but like what kind of, he's like, are we talking, like what age teenager? And he's like, teenagers.
That was a valid question.
I mean, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like the interviewer was flabbergasted. And it was interesting because it was like, this is clearly a dude that knows the answer to that question, but he just can't. He's trying. He like doesn't have the skills of a politician to spin it, so he's just blubbering.
Yeah,
you know. And it's like if you're trying to cover your tracks, like make like a politician and lie, you know. But you're obviously just incapable. Like, he didn't have the skill to do it.
And also, I think we just all know so well that he does like teenage girls that maybe he wanted to just defend his interest in 18 and 19-year-olds instead of being like, no, I only date people of an appropriate age.
I don't know that he does. I don't know that he's into 18 and 19.
Oh, no, he's not. He loves like 14, 15, 16.
Right, so if that would be the answer, then it doesn't really fucking matter.
It's another way to, it's a misdirect, perhaps.
Yeah, he's like trying to buy time while he makes up an age that doesn't exist.
Well, he finds states that has 16 as the age of consent in his head.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, like, it's not funny, and it's terrible about the assaults. But the only thing I will say about the R. Kelly thing is I feel because people were like, oh, only certain groups get defended or things like that. But we always knew this was like an open secret. There are some people, and I don't know what it is about them that just get by as like an open secret. I think perhaps it's because he's so fucking weird. It's like we knew the whole time that he was a predator. I think there's something to that.
Well, think about it this way, okay? This is kind of recent, the fact that every celebrity, not just like some celebrities here and there, but that every single celebrity is getting their past dug into, right? And the ones that, R. Kelly is one of the ones that you're like, yeah, we should take a look at him.
Right. Like him and Andy Dick to me fall in similar categories because it's like, yeah, we all knew the whole time they were both doing this.
Right. And then you look at, but then there's people that are going after like Kevin Hart's old tweets, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's more, I don't know, like eyes on the prize here, you know? Like Kevin Hart's tweets that's an old joke that was okay to make back then. It's not okay to make now.
Yeah, I don't understand going through old people's tweets. It's like fucking preparing like a eulogy based on things people said before they came. It's like, what? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're not in a good headspace.
Right.
If you're doing this.
Yeah, I don't know. So I haven't watched it yet, but I feel like there was a lot of people, and I got texts about this, that there was a ton of people still defending him, you know?
Kevin Hart or R. Kelly?
R. Kelly.
Go back to R. Kelly.
That there's a ton of people still defending him and still defending, like, why they listen to his music or why they whatever. You know, people making jokes about it, I'm, like, fine with. Like, you can joke about whatever the fuck you want.
About anything, agreed.
But when I see people, like, seriously defending, I'm like, how? Like, how do you even do that? But then I think about, like, my love for Justin, and I'm like,
he's in some shitty thing. Not as shitty as R. Kelly.
No, but, like, I've defended him, you know? And it's like...
Because celebrities become family members, I think, in a way. If you really, like if Victoria Beckham did something shitty, I would not turn on her.
Right, because you're like, this is a relationship. You're like, I love you, and I'm gonna stick with you.
Privately, I would be very disappointed in her.
Yes.
But publicly, I would stand up for her, like if she was a boyfriend or a parent.
I relate to that so hard. Like, just privately being like,
I can't believe you did this to us.
Yeah.
And I would say us.
Yes. To us. To this relationship.
I feel like that's like, you know, like Selena's fan club manager stabbed her. I feel like that's maybe she was like, I love you so much and you're just out of hand. So we're going to have to... You know, I think there is something to that.
Wow. Did we just find out why Selena got stabbed?
I feel like in that case it was more
from armchair psychology.
I think in that case it was more like Selena had gotten too big and was sharing herself with the world, and the manager was like, no, you used to be like more mine. Yeah, that was more like a slighted boyfriend move.
Right. Yeah. There's sometimes I'll read through comments on Justin's photos and be like, none of you people even deserve him.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird. That is weird of me. Because I don't even feel like that about like my boyfriends.
There's some celebrities I feel super protective of. Kathy Griffin is definitely someone I feel very protective of. So I do go through her comments sometimes, and I'll reply to people who are being rude. Right.
Also, if you're watching right now, what I just said when I was like, oh yeah, I don't even feel like that about my boyfriends. There was a moment during this video where I remembered what I said last week when I went on that rant about anybody messaging my ex and being like, I'm going to burn your house down.
Right.
And I went, oh no, I do feel like that about my boyfriends. So I just need to I know who I am.
You need to be clear about that.
Yeah. But Kathy Griffin is the person for you that you're like...
Yeah, because I just feel she's attacked so wildly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is.
She reminds me a lot of myself.
Yeah. Actually, you guys are...
We have a lot in common. Sorry.
Yeah, you're... kindred spirits.
We are.
In a lot of ways.
I think she felt that, and that's why she's been tweeting back at me a lot.
Can you do me a favor? Can you tweet at her and ask her who her dermatologist is and who does her fillers?
Yeah, is like, oh no, she's really open about that actually.
Okay, but since she'll get back to you?
Have you tried to ask her? No. My friend Rosebud wants to know.
Yeah, you can but since you guys have a relationship.
Okay.
you know.
I will. She's answered me on both Twitter and Instagram story.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She re-storied my story.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
It was getting pretty hot and heavy for a while, but I don't want to bother her now though, because that's part of what she just came out. It was a really sad week actually for celebrities, because Kathy Griffin came out with the news that her 98-year-old mother, Maggie, has been very quickly kind of taken into the throes of dementia.
No.
And I mean, like, I don't know how big of a fan you are if you watch like My Life on the D-List, but Maggie was a huge part of that. My household loved Maggie. There's even Maggie's an alcoholic, but it's just a part of, like, no one's trying to fix it.
Right.
She's like a functioning. She will drink a full box of Franzia.
Everybody's like, it's fine.
Yeah, and that's why one of the reasons Kathy Griffin doesn't drink is because her parents were both alcoholics, like hardcore Irish. It runs in the family. She doesn't drink. She's never drank.
Wow, those people fascinate me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really smart move for someone who's like just fucking hellbent on having a productive lifestyle.
Especially because you got that alcoholic gene that's like insanely just like needs shit.
So you have another addiction, and her addiction became work 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she released that news because people had been asking, she usually posts a lot of pictures of Maggie, and Maggie pretty recently adopted, like past few years, adopted a rescue dog named Twinkle, and that kind of gave her an extra, I truly think it like brought a couple extra years into her life.
Yeah.
And watching them interact is just like, if you don't believe that animals will change your life, I mean, footage of them is proof.
Yeah.
And so that happened, and then Britney Spears canceled her entire Vegas run.
What?
Because of her dad's health. Yeah. Her dad had been in the hospital, I think, had some surgery, was really like almost died, and is on the up and up now. But she posted like a day or two after Kathy posted, and I bet, knowing Kathy, I'm sure she's of course completely heartbroken out about her mom, but also was like, fuck, that was a really, like, you stole my announcement a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Kathy, no one is more entertainment business than Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin's like new school Ethel Merman.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Just everything about her. So Britney Spears gave less detail, but it was just a really sad week for celebrity. And I wrote Britney a note, like I wrote Kathy a note like I know her, but I feel like we're a little bit closer. I wrote Britney a note also like I know her on her Instagram, which is a thing I've been doing with celebrities.
That's
and
great.
I was like, Britney, you have given your fans enough. It is time to it's now time to take off for yourself and take care of your family. Because I truly think if Britney Spears never gave us anything again, she's given us more than anyone should have to give their fans.
I mean, her Christmas shoes, for instance.
None of them were Christmas. I can't get over
Christmas
that.
shoes.
I can't get over that. Oh God.
I mean, good for her.
Oh God.
Good for her. I'm in support of anybody taking time off of work.
Yeah.
To like do that shit, because it's hard.
And it's a really healthy decision for someone who's been in the entertainment business this long, because I'm sure it feeds you, not financially, she could never work again, but like it feeds your soul.
Yeah.
It's part of who you are. You probably feel, I would say, like a little bit useless and worthless without it at a certain point. And it's nice.
Well, like anybody does without a job, you know what I mean? It's like over the holidays, you're like, oh my God, I needed this break. And then 3 weeks later, you're like, okay, when are we getting back to business
Holidays
here?
were gonna break it all for me, but yeah, I feel revitalized. Because everyone makes fun of the new year. They're like, I mean, it's just the day after the old year. And I'm like, with an attitude like that,
yeah.
I feel great.
It's like, have a great day, unless you've got other plans.
Mm-hmm.
So, get out of here.
The fuck out of here.
Stay in 2018. We don't care. We don't need you here. 2019 is going to be fucking amazing. I do think that people were really, really positive about the new year this year. I noticed that.
Well, because it's just like a thing hanging out with liberals all the time. Every year that Trump is in office, people get more and more hopeless.
Well, but I think... I didn't see it like tied to Trump. Like I wasn't reading tweets about that. But
it's not. It's indirectly, because I think for liberals, like the way a lot of straight dudes use like a basketball team or football team as a a barometer of how their own life is going, even though they are not at all related. I think that's what this new generation does with politics, truly.
Yeah, it's definitely become more of a show business type thing.
So even though like
we
most
have
people
a reality
I know,
star in office, so
yeah, like even though most people I know are doing actually fine in their real lives, they feel like they are suffering because of the people that are in office.
See, I've been a big fan of like I'm not a hugely political person, but I've been a huge fan of presidential elections my entire life.
A fan of them?
Yeah, like I watch them like their football, and I've done it my whole life, and
it is enjoyable.
And I miss the days when it was like the insults were subtle, and everybody was just like, "What? Did she just say her dress was blue?" You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, he said the dress was blue, but is that what he meant? No, he meant something totally else. You know, he meant something like, you can't handle foreign policy, you know?
Right.
So I miss those days when you had to like know the ins and outs of the political world to know if someone was insulting someone else.
Yeah.
You know, because it felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel so inclusive.
Well, and also the thing with Trump is his insults are just so
easy.
They're just hand delivered. It's like watching like Gabriel Iglesias like do a set.
Yeah, and they're such like nursery rhyme insults. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Lion Ted, what like everything is like 2 words, and yes, it's easy to understand if you're a dummy, but like
But it's like the slut whisperer said in the American Meme documentary. I have so many followers because I'm playing to the lowest common denominator, and that's what Trump did.
Yeah.
Because I think we forget we're only as strong as the weakest link, as that game show taught us.
Yeah, and that's what the internet does actually. Like the internet plays to the lowest common denominator, and if you're going to be viral or whatever, you have to play to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, why we only get 10K downloads a week. Because we're intelligent. All right. Okay. No, should I not have announced how many listens we get?
No, that's fine. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's accessible anyway.
Okay. My face is so red, Corinne.
I don't know what's happening with you.
I mean, can we open a window? It's really hot in here.
It doesn't. But my face isn't red.
Oh, God.
I can, but it's just we're going to hear sirens because I live in Harlem.
Okay, well, I'm about to call the cops.
We can take a breather between this. We're almost done with this episode anyway. So was there any other topics we wanted to go over? Oh, the only other thing is that I can think of is Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be on MTV, right? I believe.
I think so, yeah.
I forgot that was coming out.
It's about time she played to the lowest common denominator, to be honest.
Lindsay Lohan's one of the few people that she can make as many comebacks, and it's like a train wreck that I'll always sign up to watch.
I'll always watch. Absolutely.
I don't know why. I cannot stop watching her. I think it's also easy for me to watch her because I have enough of a connection to her in real life that I know she's actually a terrible person, so I don't feel bad about the train wreck.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know?
She dated my college boyfriend.
Really?
Mm-hmm. After me.
What happened?
I mean, she's just like...
I'm gonna need the details.
She's just a cunt. She was like rude to me. Like one time she said that we could all go to the box together. This was when they were not dating. It's just when they were friends. And she said we could all go to the box together, and then just never gave me the information. Like she said, oh, like I texted the information or whatever, and just never, and then was unresponsive.
And hung out with your
boyfriend. I mean, I was mad at my boyfriend more than her because I'm like, either leave or give me the fucking info, and he thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, you are both fucking douchebags.
I hope you left him.
Yeah, no, I did.
Good.
Don't worry, I broke that heart.
Yeah, good.
And now I follow him on Instagram and like all his pictures out of support, and he will not respond to me.
Dude, I have boyfriends like that, ex-boyfriends that are still in touch with like members of my family and won't follow me and won't talk to me. And I'm like, you're a loser. Okay, if you're watching this, I know who you are, you know who you are, and you're a loser. Get over it.
I don't feel that way about my ex. I wish he actually would talk to me because he was a big part of my life, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, I think he's a loser. I will say, I haven't watched anything. I haven't watched any of the trailers for Beach Club. I'm like, we're doing this podcast, and I'm like, I haven't seen this, I haven't seen that. I don't know who this is.
I was like, because it's in Mykonos where she's been spending so much time, and she's dating some Greek dude.
But did you see the viral video of her, like, stealing a child in the Middle East? Like, trying to kidnap a child in the Middle East?
What? No.
Oh my God, dude. First of all, she's speaking Arabic, and she's like trying to, but it's like horrible. And this kid is with his parents, and she thinks he's being kidnapped, and so she tries to kidnap him.
Why does she think he's being kidnapped?
I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody can even...
What happened? She's gonna get herself fucking beheaded.
She literally was like following them in the street, Instagram living it, and
oh my God.
If you haven't seen this, it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. She's literally just following this family and speaking in Arabic and being like, you can't take him, or like, and then grabbing this child by the hand, and then the kid being like, get away from me, lady, like,
yeah,
and trying to get back with his parents.
Yeah.
And then she's like crying. She like, she had to be hammered. Like, that had to be a drunk.
Is she drinking again?
I mean, she's been drinking this whole fucking time.
You think?
Oh my God, dude. Let me tell you something. If a celebrity gets sober, you notice that they get sober. Like, you notice that there is a change in their behavior. If
and they start getting roles.
Yeah, if the same shit is happening, they haven't gotten sober. Like, if they're just like laying low and that's why I'm like, I know that, listen, I support him no matter what, and I detach with love, but I know that Justin is like still fucking up and down. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, I know that he's like on and off the wagon.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's obviously not doing well because, so we were right about Drew. You had predicted that was his new clothing line. He started wearing around sweatshirts, and we're really excited. We were so excited that we're gonna get all this, Justin Bieber swag. Then it finally comes out, and it's literally just hotel slippers. That's it, with a smiley face on them. Mm-hmm. Not even higher quality. But I did appreciate that he only charged $4.99. I thought that was cool as fuck.
They were $4.99?
$4.99. Like a really reasonable price.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll get some.
I already tried to get us some. They're sold out.
Oh, fuck.
But when a product is $4.99, I'm just like, just make more.
Yeah, and also, like, I just don't understand why. Were there, like, candy necklaces, too? Didn't he make, like, necklaces that look like candy necklaces?
Yeah, there were pictures of necklaces, but on the actual website, when you go to purchase, the only thing that had a button where you could put it in a shopping cart were the slippers.
I don't know, man. This feels weird. Like, I'm like, why? Why the cheap money grab? You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's more, I would say it's more like a sense of humor because everyone has been making, I think he is white trash and he actually enjoys wearing hotel slippers. And then it got so much publicity that he was like, and I think he has a pretty good sense of humor, mm-hmm. that he was like, I'm just gonna, as my first piece of this clothing line I was gonna do anyway, release hotel slippers with a smiley face on it. That's how more I took it. I don't think it was a money grab. He doesn't really seem to do things just for money. That's not really a Justin Bieber move that we've seen.
Yeah, that's kind of why I feel like it is. Because I don't think he has the sense of humor that is like, I think you're giving his sense of humor a little bit too much credit there. Being like, well, this is how I'm seen, and this is so I'll do this because I'm playing to people's expectations. And I don't think he plays to anyone's expectations ever, right? I mean, when has he ever been, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I'm torn.
I'm
really
torn. Hopeful.
No, I don't think it's like hopeful. You could be totally right, but I'm just like, it feels to me like he hasn't made an album in so long, mm-hmm. that this is kind of like a quick and easy, just.
It's also a way to keep him a little bit relevant. And anytime you're buying someone's product, you become a walking commercial for them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So that also
How long
helps.
do you think it's going to be before we get an album? Honestly.
An album?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
A new album.
Oh, I thought me and you, I'm like, are we making an album of Two Less Lonely Girls? I feel like no one wants that.
Yeah, no. I mean, Justin.
I mean, the reason why I think it's going to come in the next year, because, so like by early 2020, I think we get one, because he responded to that young fan that it was coming, and I don't think he would lie to a kid. He's really nice with young fans. Super young fans, like below fucking age.
So then, if that's true, it's still like not soon.
A year. I mean, think of how long we've gone without it. So, large perspective, it's not that long.
Yeah, I mean,
because what was the year of the last release? Like ages ago.
Purpose was like 2016, 2017.
It was a really long. Yeah, it wasn't really long.
That's a really long time. If you think about how quickly these pop stars like pump out albums.
In your prime, you're releasing one a year, and then I think after that, you can go a couple of years.
Yeah.
As you fizzle out publicly.
I don't know, man.
Beautiful. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. What's making you less lonely this week?
Oh, thank God you always remember that. That's fantastic. What is making me feel less lonely this week? What did I do? This is great. I was going to say something stupid, but I can't say
it.
that.
Say a stupid thing.
No, I was going to say volunteering. That's terrible.
Volunteering? That's sweet.
Be that person.
Come on, if it's making you feel less lonely, then say it.
Well, because everyone knows my 2019, my main resolution was to stop helping people except for
The people that need help.
except for organized help.
Right.
Helping.
Right.
And so, yeah, I'm going to volunteer tomorrow.
That's great.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I do it semi-regularly. I more like do things where I raise money, but I'm like, I want to go in person more often.
Mm-hmm.
And I think positive human interaction for me would be a good thing.
Okay.
And I'm certainly not getting it with most of the people I know. So I was like, how about I try people I don't know?
That's great. That's great.
Outsourcing.
I'm going to say I got a DM this week, and this is what's making me feel less lonely.
You got a DUI.
I got a Listen, I went to jail. I cuddled. I had a great time. No, I got a DM this week from a fan of Two Less Lonely Girls that I didn't respond to because I think when it comes to these sorts of things, it's better to be like hands off. But I wanted to make a shout out because she reached out on the 2 days after New Year's, and she was like, "I've been listening to Two Less Lonely Girls. I was sober for 4 years. I relapsed, and I've been in this like abusive relationship, and I'm getting out of it, and I'm going to get sober again." And it was like that's so great. Like, I've gotten a couple messages like that from people, and I was just thinking through it, and I was like, that's totally not what I set out at all to do with comedy or with this podcast. But I think it's so cool when people hear stuff and they're like, and they just decide to like change their life, not because of us, because it's got to be a lot of things, but to be like a positive influence is like,
it's a bunch of different things that push you, and finally one thing will take you to the edge, like that game down the shore where all the quarters are there, and then you have to put another quarter in, and then it pushes them slightly to the edge. That being said,
I almost like hate saying it, because I'm like, if you make yourself into like any kind of a hero.
Oh yeah, no, it was gross. What we both just did was disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross, and also sets you up for failure later when people are like, oh, look at this person. They were trying to be this, and now they dig through my fucking tweets, and it's like,
absolutely,
I lose jobs.
Absolutely.
It's like,
yes.
But I gotta delete Twitter. That's what I would say before I died. I'd be like, delete my Twitter. That's what
It's still there though. The archives are there. You never really can get rid of Twitter. And on that note, guys,
happy 2019.
Yeah, this is the first episode. You can see us now. Tell us, leave comments. I'm sure we'll be called a cunt a lot. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I can't wait for the comments.
Yes.
I mean, also, just so you guys can really go after my face.
You don't really look this red in person. It's weird that it's looking like that in real life.
Well, thank you for saying that, because the comments